And then I think I had a place where Ambode went to go and greet Kolu on their stage, where have you? But there's also a particular speech which Kolu made at that place that I'm quite trying to pick up. I mean, to put up. But while I bring that up, right, a way to bring that on, yeah, INEC is expected to return to court in the next 3 days. Okay, so which is going to be the time to come back and then defend the numbers they announced for Kolu. So the defense period or their schedule has put up, right, is this. So the first respondent, INEC, will be on the show to tell to tell the whole world how Kolu won. But there is this guy, Festus Okoye, who seems to be going on a media propaganda tour, lying. I mean, you all saw what happened, you witnessed what happened, or we all saw what happened, okay? However, these guys are telling themselves something different. He's doing the yeoman job. I will respond, or should I say, I will say something after this. You should. Please watch this. And the credit goes to Channels Television, by the way. Please.
Why the discrepancy?
It's not a discrepancy. We explained to Nigerians that there were challenges with uploading the presidential election results. And I'm using the word challenges as a layman's way of trying to explain what happened. The commission said that there was a glitch in terms of uploading the presidential election results. But you know, and I've said it times without number, the uploading of the results of the election into the INEC result viewing portal was to build public trust and also for the public to follow what goes on within and around the election process. But as you know, and as I know, the law, the Electoral Act 2022, gives every registered political party the opportunity to nominate polling agents, or what in popular parlance we call party agents, to be its eyes within the various polling units. And most of the political parties did nominate their polling agents. In fact, 3 of the political parties nominated over 176,000 polling agents. One of them nominated around 134,000 polling agents. So what that means is that each political party had the primary evidence at the level of the polling unit of those results. So I find it slightly difficult to understand why almost all the political parties are relying only on results uploaded to the various polling units when they apply to the commission, and the commission accredited over 176,000 polling agents for each political party.
But you made the promise that you were going to put it there.
Yes.
You were the one who said IREF is going to work.
Yes.
It's worked in Osun, it worked in Ondo, and you said, I mean Ekiti rather, and you said it's going to work. But you reneged on your promise.
No.
You failed on your promise.
No, nobody has said that it did not work. The result, you said it yourself, the results for the senatorial election was uploaded. That of the House of Representatives election was uploaded. Governorship election was uploaded. State Assembly elections were uploaded. And it is only in the uploading of the presidential election results that we had a glitch. And we explained to Nigerians that this was exactly what happened. So it is not...
No, you have not explained to Nigerians what happened.
We did.
No, what did you say happened?
We said there was a glitch in terms of uploading of the presidential election results.
What's the nature of the glitch?
You know...
was it an issue of network or hosts issues, or what exactly is it? Is it a hardware problem, or the domain where you had your server or your porter domicile that was the problem?
You see, if you drag me into a digital and technological issue, I will get lost because I am basically and fundamentally a lawyer. So, as far as I'm concerned, there were challenges with uploading of the presidential election results. That issue of uploading, whether it was a hardware issue, whether it was a software matter, is already before the Presidential Election Petition Court, and I will not go into that. Moreover, my knowledge of technology is very, very limited. So if you drag me into technological related issues, I will just get lost in the process.
So this is it. Your mind, it might not be your expertise.
Yes.
But because this is an engagement that you had with Nigeria, a promise you made to Nigerians, this is INEC, the destiny of Nigerians and the Nigerian people's hopes and aspiration about a process which they believe INEC was going to be transparent and come straight to them. So if there was somebody who was responsible who failed in his duties, or if it was a machine problem or it's a human error, what failed? Is it human or machine?
Well, as an individual, I will have an opportunity of understanding the intricacies of what happened the moment we begin our own internal review process. And also the moment we also begin the external review process.
So INEC does not know now what had really happened?
I've told you what I know.
No, the point is, sir,
yes.
and I know,
yes.
if they take light in this building right now, it could be a generator or from the source, or solar. There are possible 3 ways by which we can generate power in this room right now. If they take light from the source, which is NEPA or PHCN, we put on our generator. If our solar fails, these are possible 3 ways. I'm not in that area, but I could tell you that power will be restored because our engineers are putting on the generator. So it could be that our engineer had gone to have dinner somewhere else, and that was why the gap of the minute in which they took light and we couldn't restore it. So that's what I'm asking. In layman terms, was it a human error or a machine error?
Did you tell how grown-up man or grown-up men will actually lie boldly because, according to them, they are just doing their job? They know the truth, but they can always massage lies and dress it nice and present it as a truth. And this is the problem: dishonesty, insincerity. And you tell people to go on. Like, what do you think injustice mean? Unfairness, what do you think it means? Cheating and all that. I mean, if a game is not going to be fair, why do you ask people to be part of it? All of these things matter, but in Nigeria, they're like, no, they don't beat you, they don't beat you. Go house. Then you see grown-up men lying on national and international television, stuttering, trying to find the right word to describe what they have just done. Nigeria. I'll play you that Colos clip. Then we can continue. This one was his statement from Lagos. Let me see if I can attach it this way, and then we can just hear that. Okay, just for the time being, because I wanted to be part of this chat. Moment.
Standing here assuring you that I will not relent in working with all of you with available resources and is getting home and the foreign exchange. Yes, I could have stayed to say I want to share my benefit and participate in the arbitrage. But God forbid, no. That's not why you elected me. You chose me to bring about necessary changes that will benefit not only you, but your grandchildren and our tomorrow. We have just started.
Man.
We have to re-engineer the financial system of the country. Break apart and see that economic planning and budgetary process is transparent enough to cater for all Nigerians.
He's talking nonsense, about again.
It was today Fashola who was telling me the other time that each time I fly across, I should look down I will see so much dusty, unpaved roads, and incomplete project. Yes, I've seen them.
And I'll still see more.
I'm going to see more.
More dusty road.
But the governors present here today will share the joy with me that we adhere to true federalism.
That's Kolu. You know he's lying, Abi. You know he's talking nonsense, Abi. I mean, whenever he's in his element, he can start telling you economic this, economic that, and the other, whatever, right? And let's go back to this INEC guy who has been trying to kind of change the conversation, okay? Now, if it is difficult for people to remember that INEC actually publicized, they spent a lot of money, trying to convince the rest of the world that this was never going to be like anything you've seen at all in Nigeria. People like us said, no, it's actually going to be one of the worst you've ever seen. And it came out to be one of the worst that you would ever see. But you see that Okoye guy, stuttering, lying, somebody papa, somebody husband, somebody's boss. And they hang the destiny of millions of you in the hands of a drug lord. Now, what will happen? They have started mentioning God, Abi. What do you think is going to happen? The religious industry is going to further boom. It's going to boom even further now. Because a lot of you are going to begin to disturb Jehovah, Jireh, Allah, and every God you believe in now. And you're going to leave the politicians alone because of the likes of Festus Okoye, who will never be very honest. They, unfortunately. And then you have Nigeria, Abi. Let's go forward a bit. Okoye, before Okoye continues, okay, this is Yakub Mumudu, the criminal, Mr. Fraudster that announced a drug star as your president. They were deceiving people. I said, they are lying to you. This guy was serious. He was everywhere. They will say, honorable, Professor Kine. A reminder what Yakubu actually said, that they have been trying to say, no, it didn't matter. Even though we said it, it doesn't matter. We can change it. All that nonsense. And changing it is why you have this problem right now. Legitimacy problem against, of Kolu. A divided, impoverished, and looted country. And these guys, do you know that they're going to, Kolu is likely going to announce his ministerial nominees in this July. And guess what you are going to see? Your politicians. And you kind of start, you have a little bit of a distraction for like a week or two. When you begin to tell yourself, I trust that one. He could do a great job as Minister of Work. I trust this one as Minister of Justice. As you will deceive yourself like you did 8 years ago. And I will be here to remind you that, okay. Mumudu Yakubu.
Be assured that the beavers has come to stay. Electronic transmission of results has come to stay. Public display of polling unit results through IREV has come to stay. With today's initiative, the elimination of the negative use of money in our electoral process will be tackled head-on. Once again, I would like to appreciate the Nigeria Police and other security and safety agencies, the ICPC, the EFCC, the MBC, and ARCON for their support and partnership. I would similarly like to appreciate the Nigeria Financial Intelligence Unit, the Broadcasting Organization of Nigeria, the Newspaper Proprietors Association of Nigeria, political parties, civil society organizations, trade unions, professional bodies, financial institutions, and all our invited guests for honoring our invitation and for standing by INEC in our shared commitment to credible elections in Nigeria. I won't forget to also thank the MacArthur Foundation and the Center for Democracy and Development Nigeria for their support. Tomorrow, Tuesday, 20th December 2022, The Commission will also take a major step in the preparation for the 2023 general election with the signing of the revised Memorandum of Understanding with the Road and Maritime Transport Unions, the National Union of Road Transport Workers, and the National Association of Road Transport Owners for Land Transportation. Be assured that the beavers
has come to stay. IREV has come to stay. Or this was before election. After election, Okoye.
Have you been able to fully upload all the results from the presidential election on the IREV portal?
You cannot fully upload all the results because there were places where elections did not take place. And I'll give you an example. Before the election, we told Nigerians that elections will take place only in 176,606 polling units, as against the number of polling units we have in the country, because in some of those polling units, we do not have registered voters. So you don't expect results from the IREV for all these other polling units where we did not deploy. That is one. Secondly, in places where there were violent disruption of the elections, you don't expect results from those polling units. So I think that it will not be right to expect that the IREV will contain results from 176,606 polling units. That is far-fetched.
How many have you uploaded now so far?
Well, I don't have the figure of it, but the results, substantial number of the results are already on the IREV.
I mean, why did it take INEC that long to upload the result?
Well, as a lawyer, I'm going to be slightly circumspect and slightly careful in answering some of your questions because some of the issues relating to the issue of result upload, especially for the presidential election, is pending before the election petitions court. And the commission, I think on the 3rd of July, we opened its defense around the issue of result upload and the issues surrounding it. So if you permit me, I will just try as much as possible to avoid answering that question because it's one of the major issues before the election petitions court. And
do you hear him stuttering? I am because I'm go for 47 seconds out of that 2 minutes video you just watched. 47 seconds out of that, it was I cannot say but he was able to tell us that some polling units have no registered voters. Remember when they said they were weeding out those fake voters, multiple voters, underage voters, and INEC was posting pictures everywhere that people should go and check. If you see underage, they will remove them. You remember that time, that bobo. So they have polling units without registered voters, Abi, and that is why 5 months after the election, the result of the elections are still not uploaded. And from the documents presented by INEC themselves to the same courts, 18,088 polling units have blank result sheets, even though numbers were announced for them. When they put that together averagely, that's about 3 million votes. 3 million. No explanation where it's just blank. No result. But how did you come by the numbers you announced for Kolu? Well, we came with the numbers anyway. Then show the numbers. No, we can't show you. Why? Because we just can't show you. Really? Because that's exactly what I have said. That's exactly the way I could put it. It's not hard. I mean, is that hard to explain? So I said he couldn't say things that are already in public. Well, anyway, In 3 days' time, the court is going to be hearing the defense of INEC, Tinubu, shitty boy, APC, Egbekegbe. And since they are all in the same WhatsApp group, you can tell what are the odds. I mean, if you ask me, a layman, I said the odds is not really looking good. Anyway, and that is that, because I mean, generally, this kind of odd look good to you, like on the streets. Would you?
This one 13,000. That small one there 9,000. So how much this one could come be? No, this one. Hey. Which one? How much this one? I just. No, how much is seller? 22,000. This one 13,000. That small one there.
22,000, and these are just the younger brothers of Shege Banza. I mean, if they have money, if you have money to buy things, even if they are expensive, I mean, I don't know how to explain that. I don't know how people are gonna I don't know how you are handling it, because I have tried many times to see and picture myself in this situation. In fact, I gave myself a certain salary in Nigeria. It's okay, let's say I'm actually comfortable and I'm earning 500 grand every month. 500 grand in Nigeria is good money, you will say. But divide that money by 4. What do you get? 120,000, Abi? 25,000. Okay, let's say 125,000 naira. That's exact value of what 500,000 is in the real sense of it. And it will keep losing that value with all these self-centered policies that they make you believe are all coming to favor you. No, it will never favor you. I've seen it before. It's not coming down. Do you get that? And in this case, like just a reminder, okay, the Wailing Whalers forms are now available for free. We don't expect a lot of you to pick up the forms yet, okay? We, the Association of Wailing Whalers, under Bokwari's 8 years, we witnessed the crying criers who once said they were praising praisers or praise singers, while we were pointing out how dangerous what they are praising and supporting. We destroy them, destroy their families, destroy their businesses. They called us wailing wailers. It didn't take long, ladies and gentlemen, before those who were praising praisers or praise singers started turning into the crying criers. We ended up being the shoulders that a lot of them ended up having to cry on. You know that? 8 years of living in denial. Some didn't last that 8 years before coming to that reality. Ladies and gentlemen, when they came with change, all right, when you're suffering, when they introduce you to this downhill road, this dark hole of suffering and enjoying, suffering and smiling, they call it. You suffering, you love it. You suffering, you love it. If the suffering should go away, you miss it. So therefore, hug that suffering. It started in 2015. They called it change. I said, no, it's not change. It is chain. Chain. It was chain. They called me Wailing Wailer. When the team began, they hooked them one by one. A lot of them have lost strength to even fight back anymore. Bokwari, was pain, wrote himself in again. And yeah, they call it a next level. I said, no, it's not like next level. It is next devil. You go see devil face to face. He go wear shirt. You go and try relate with him because you have you have no idea what he has in stock for you. And the stock that the devil had in stock for you, the stuff that the devil had in stock for you, they are all packaged from the policies of Bokwari that will touch you, even if he no touch you. You know that kind of thing. People's businesses were disappearing, were dying. People's relationships were collapsing, destroying. Economic strength of the people were breaking away, right? Bokwari no touch a lot of people, but it didn't touch them. It is not next level. It will be a next devil. You will come back and tell me how it is. A lot of them didn't come back to tell me because no strength. Then they brought something. They said that it is, what did they call it? Renewed hope. I said, are you crazy? Are you not tired? Renewed hope from somebody when no even tell you what you want to do. Somebody when no even feel articulate, even if you won't lie to you, like politicians do. Come on, make it real. Make it look real. Not a demented, what do you call it? Kolu. They say I go cry to 2027. Me, cry. Mayegun. If you are in my position, doing my own kind of crying, it's quite better than the kind of cry that a lot of you have to cry inside your dark room. The ones that tells you and reminds you that in this life, just get sense. If you know get time, somebody else will use. Get sense because you have brain. Now, if you get brain, you know get sense. Somebody else will actually manipulate that your weak mind and that your brain, and they will use you to get their own whatever sense they want to make out of the whole thing. I said that. You go cry, Mayegu, you go cry till 20. I said, how am I going to cry when you are all here, somehow, trying to look for who to blame for the decision you made yourselves, okay? It is not renewed hope. Renewed hope? How? Can he even explain that to you? Can he sit down with you for a straight hour and answer your questions based on whatever they wrote inside that manifesto? Of course he can't. You know that. Then you are hoping on that. I said, no. Now renewed shege. People come to tell me, say, what you they see right now? A lot of them crying right now, screaming here and there. Those ones who are doing it in the open, those who are doing it secretly, those who are complaining and murmuring. It doesn't matter. What you are seeing right now is called Aburo Shege. Because Shege Bansa Funrara, when it take foothold, I swear to God, you will scream. Then you can pick up the forms. You join us, the wailing wailers. We will continue to wail this sense into your ears. Elections have consequences. And everybody go pay. Just make sure that you have the price. Or sure that you have the worth to pay it, whether you are in Nigeria or not. So yeah, they are currently on that, somebody said at least by the end of 2023, when Shege Bansa don't show up, and a lot of you have come to that reality, you've celebrated all the things that make you feel like something is going to be different, Abi. In a single month, by the way, under this Tifnumbu, the total number of people, Nigerians killed, I remind you, this last 30 days of Tifnumbu, the record has shown that 432 Nigerians have been killed by terrorists. They are not making the headlines so much to you. No, now, Abi, because you are waiting. You know that once Tifnumbu starts, all the terrorists go disappear. Abi, should be you are open, Abi. They don't kill 432 so far. That's official number. Unofficial number, you know that it could be double, Abi. Just 31 days. I'm not making it up. Go and read about it. Sure you get. But for now, enjoy that. Is it called banter on social media? Banter. Continue crying. I see what you Jagaban. I see this and that. There is a season for that, okay? You are at that stage now, okay? You can indeed endure. Tell yourself, once Ashiwaju settle down, let's give him time. By the time you realize that there's actually no time, he's already started dealing with you. Now you never settle down to reality yet. So you can begin to you can continue to tell yourself that let's give him time to settle down. Let all the people where they cry. As Mayegun, just make sure, say, your frustration no push you to go do video. Sure you get, like, you are a Colos supporter. You are the ones who believe that, Yoruba local this and that. When you begin to feel the shege, please pray to your God. Make you no go turn on your camera phone and begin the rant. We go use you. Tell the rest of the mumus like you that elections have consequences. When they say Yoruba local, they are not referring to you. When they said they mean local, it wasn't talking about any of you. And you are about to find out. Just have it at the back of your mind, okay? Instead of becoming a crying crier in no distant future, right? Prepare your mind. it is not coming down. And they are not planning to reduce whatever you are going through, whether you are in Nigeria or you are not in Nigeria. And that is the honest truth. So if your prayer is to say the court should save you, do you see why I always say amen to that? I just thought I should remind you. There's something happened, right? Where Peter Obi go call Tinubu, Mr. President. You remember that convoy thing? Aha! They pick it up immediately, right? You know, Peter Obi was reacting to Kolu, the wastage in public, wastage of public fund or something, right? And Omoigo called Tinubu, Mr. President. Now, so the obedient were like, no, don't do, you know. So he ended up deleting it. So that became a side of, side brouhaha on the side. But this is what you have to say about this convoy. Let it be on record too.
Agitating my mind, which I would like you to talk about. Yesterday we saw a video of a very long convoy of Mr. President, and we know that's one of the things you usually preach against. I don't know how you felt when you saw that video. I don't know if you have seen it, sir.
I wasn't opportune to see the video.
It consisted of 124 cars.
I wasn't opportune to see it. You are just telling me. But let me tell you what I've always said. The present Nigeria requires that all those who serve and lead must do so by example. The behavior and their current public conduct must be a consonance with what the society requires today. We cannot continue to preach for the people to sacrifice without sacrificing. We must not, the sacrifice must not start from the leaders. Visibly, measurably, on all sides. Because the people are suffering. And we must now be at the forefront of the suffering. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, he deleted the tweet, and people won't stop talking about it. But there's something about about this guy, Peter Obi, I kind of want to say just before we go to the next one. Okay, did you notice that it's strange? I mean, I don't know if you have ever thought about it this way. Okay, right? Out of all the politicians in Nigeria, in fact, Tinubu, Atiku, Kwakwanso, Obi, and the rest of them, I kind of figure that those who have become the victims of the corrupt ones are those who are mostly vociferous, like aggressive. And I'm like, what exactly is that? Let me put it this way. Like, Peter Obi, in Nigeria, right? It is the right for you to steal. Like, it's okay. Buy properties, or what do you mean? I mean, what do I mean? Like, even landed properties of government, claim them, do all of that. It's like normal. Okay? But I realized that those of you who actually detest Peter Obi, you detest him because you are like, why is he going to be different from others? Look at it this way. The rest of these politicians, after stealing what they will steal when they had the chance of being the executive or in political office, what have you, that people actually knows that these rogues are billionaires because of money they have stolen. You have a guy who served as governor, and throughout his time, even up till this moment, no member of his family could be linked to anything that has to do with the government of the states or the properties or the people of the state. He was governor, right? This guy came out and he said that if anybody could come out and give evidence that he, Peter Obi, took anything from Anambra when he was governor for himself, he will stop running for any political office. Baba, for almost a year now, no one has single-handedly come out and say, this is the money. This particular one is in his wife's name, or is in his daughter or son's name. This one is in his friend's name. This guy had commissioners for 8 years who were commissioners in Anambra. They are alive, right? Nobody came out to say, but I know he's commissioner of this now. That one stole money. You know, like you will say of others, right? Like, I am like, what is really wrong with the people? Like, those of you who were claiming that you quite love Nigeria. So you hate this guy for not being a thief enough. Like, it's not a thief enough. Because that's what I'm not saying he's a saint. I'm saying the way you can count with your hands and count with everything you have, the people associated with all that, I mean, all these rogues and criminals, what they have become, and the people they served, how their lives have become. You know that. But a lot of you are so angry at a man that didn't steal anything from you or anyone. Like, put it that way. I mean, I don't know. I mean, even though it's all kind of a joke in a way, I keep asking myself, right? Like, somebody would tell you he's a pretender. He's just a liar. He's too lying, this and that. And I'm like, how? The normal Nigeria that you know, it would, I mean, look at it. He saved money, Abi, in Anambra. He improved education, this and that, Abi, in Anambra. Immediately he left Anambra. The person who took over after him, what happened to him? Did he not end up in EFCC? Because of money stolen by himself and his wife and people they know with them. So I begin to kind of wonder, like, I mean, this doesn't make sense, but well, it's Nigeria. It's quite strange, isn't it? I hate that Obi. Why? He's a liar. He's a liar. What did he do in Anambra? He did not. Why are you so aggressive? Why? It's not because of Anambra. That's why you hate him. No. Let's be honest. I mean, you hate him because people feel like he's different from other thieves. And you are angry that you can't actually prove that. Like you could easily count with other thieves. Like, I don't understand. Like, you hate a man that didn't steal anything from when he had the chance of doing so. I mean, he was governor. He could do it. Yes, EFCC will arrest him. They will begin to say they have his property under investigation. He said if you see any house in his name, outside the one he built in his Anambra before he became governor, he said you should take it. But you still kind of will be like, I mean, I don't know. This is me in my own time when I begin to look like when people talk about Nigerian politicians, okay? Like they actually care about Nigeria, okay? Like if you look at why did they not like, why are you so kind of passionately, because I know some of you are passionately hate Obi. And you hate him because people feel like he's better than these people and all that. Then you are just somebody who, I don't know. Like, I mean, I'll let you kind of tell me more if you have a chance to in this regard, okay? Obaino had to run to America, remember? This is the person who came after him. He plundered all the money. Okay. They said part of the money is used to build the Anambra airport. That Obaino had to his name. Okay? So he saved money, he's not corrupt, he didn't spend lavishly, his commissioners are not thieves, they are professionals who went back to their private lives, not join politics to be senators, to be this and that, like normal way in Nigeria. So it's like Nigerians just hate that. Like, how dare you think it's better than them? Is it because is it because he saved money? He shouldn't save it, spend it. That's what Nigerians want. The culture of saving, investment, it's un-Nigerian, unfortunately. So when you now say you passionately don't like, I'm like, why? I mean, what did he do? Ask yourself that question, by the way. Just ask yourself, like, why? He's a liar. Your politicians are liars. And they? Tinubu is a liar. Atiku is a liar. So if Obi is a liar, then can we begin to look into how his lie affects you? I mean, just like simply, same way you are going to passionately, aggressively call for the head of Showore. That Showore doesn't fit to be a president. He cannot even be. They're supposed to jail him. Who are you asking to jail someone? You're asking other thieves to jail somebody because you feel like, why is it feeling like it's different? It's not going to be the same when you have the chance. So I don't understand. Like you hate people because they are not corrupt enough, like your criminal leaders. That's what I see. That's how I see it. You call it experience for goodness sake. Experience in what? Stealing, looting, manipulation, and all of this. This is their trade. This is what you know them with. This is who they are. You call that experience? I mean, I don't understand. You need to have experience to be president of Nigeria. What experience? This experience? I mean, I don't get it. You know, you need to build bridges and all that nonsense you tell yourselves and all that. I keep asking myself this, you know, like, let's even just ask, like, you know, people who are educated, sensible and all that, right? They just hate people who are not corrupt enough. They hate it. You need to be corrupt. You need to be dark mind. You must have done, you need to do something evil at a very large scale. Something that is scary. Something that makes them hate you. But the more they seem to hate you, in this kind of evil way, the more they want you to come and rule them. But when they hate you for being different from the evil they know, that's a different level of hate. Sure you get. A few days ago, we were talking about the religious manipulation in northern Nigeria, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to show you this once, and I'm going to take it off. Okay? You see that image that I just showed to you right now? It's an image of a woman in Cross River State. I'm going to go look for that, that name. Give me 1 second, though, because since last time when I was told that when you see a victim of this kind of barbarism, we should mention their names, because they are not just a number. They are human beings. They were human beings before the hand of the weaponized ignorance, weaponized poverty took her life. So that woman, let's see if I can put her up one more time, like that. Right. That lady is called, she is Madam Martina Oke Itagbo. And this sad event took place in a place called Old Netim at the Akampa local government area of Cross River State. Madam Martina was accused of witchcraft by those who believed that they are probably religious. Christians, so this is not even Islamic North, though. This is Christians South, though, Cross River State, where the the level of poverty and weaponization of that same poverty over time has also helped those who are the merchants of ignorance, where they are chasing down people for witchcrafts. Children will be burnt alive, or tortured to death. Men, women will be tortured. Vulnerable people will be tortured and burnt to death in this part of Nigeria, simply because the accusation of witchcraft. Now, you see that Madam Martina, you know what they did to her? They said an accident happened just around, our area, and somehow she was accused of the devil causing the loss of lives through road accidents in a local government. Let me explain this better for you. The way they actually put it, to deserve death. They said, Madam Martina has a witchcraft that is so powerful that she is responsible for road accidents in River State. And her agents, with their witchcraft, they cause road accidents in River States that has cost people so much of their lives. Many, many people have died because of her. So, 2 days or so ago, an accident happened again around the area. With this level of ignorance and aggression, they marched down to her house, dragged her, and they accused her that her day was up. The evil will end that day. The police didn't save her. They watched as the mob dragged her to the main road, stoned her until she couldn't move anymore. Then they set her ablaze. According to them, they have burnt and killed the devil, causing road accidents in Cross River State, rather. Cross River State. That was the state of Ayade. The man that said he was building the Olympotic budget, Olympopotic this and that, budget of Mesmeritas, and they were dipping their people in more poverty. Mind you, it was building monuments like a Komiku whatever center where people can go and pray for a better state so that they can get job. It's ridiculous. This is weaponization of poverty using the same religion. And this exists, by the way. It is a pandemic until they did this. A few days ago, they burnt a man, a butcher in Sokoto. They said he blasphemed. He insulted the prophets. Therefore, the sentence was death sentence. I mean, how do you blame witchcraft for road accident, if not because of weaponization of ignorance? A lot of us grew up hearing those myths, by the way. Hearing the myth like when the politicians and the government fail to build infrastructure, indeed, they blame it on evil spirits when accident happens. For example, when you build inadequate bridge over a stream, river, or whatever, and at the end of the day, no adequate infrastructure to guide through those who are going to be using the bridge, no speed breaker, no nothing. Then people have accident, they jump into their vehicles delve into those rivers, and guess what? It must be some evil spirits inside that river. In fact, Mami water inside that river needs some sacrifice. We need to go and give that Mami water something, or else she will continue to take the life of innocent people because it was a new bridge. It's not just the bridge. It's just people lose their mind and they delve into water and they die. On and on like that. That's how it does. Okay, that's what they do. And we grew up hearing all this myth from everywhere. So when you wake up in Nigeria, you are expected to know how to pray. Okay? So you have to pray for evil spirits not to see to your matter this day. As you go out of your house, you want the Holy Spirit to guide you, or any other spirit you know that is powerful than the evil spirit of people who drink blood on the road. Not because there's actually no real infrastructure to guide and protect you when you are on the road. No. Okay? So when you then go and come back home, on your way home, you are likely going to have to remind God, God, please, I hope by the time I get home, there's going to be power, electricity. That's our life. That's how we were raised in a way. Maybe not all of us, okay? Some of you had it much better, right? I'm speaking from experience. So they turned us into prayer warriors. We began praying for things that are quite like normal things. Basic amenities become prayer points for people. Father, Lord, you provide us today with this delicious dinner for this family. We have not had this better meal in the last 2 years. Father, Lord, please don't make this our last better meal. We want our life to remain this way so we can continue to eat better food. Oh, Lord, Father, I have my son who is actually, applying to gain admission into the university. He's got all the grades and all of that, but this is Nigeria. I need to pray to God that I meet people who are not going to substitute the name of my son for the name of somebody else's son who could pay better. Like, you have to pray that when finally something comes to you, you have to be so grateful, including if you go to work and come back home alive. You need to be grateful. So it's not hard when those criminals fail to build those things, all right? And then they turn you into prayer warriors who pray for God's guidance to at least keep you alive until you make another mistake again. I mean, that's what people do best, right? And it's so unfortunate that there's this popular saying where they say you can't be doing the same thing again and again and expect a different result. You see, when politicians fail, then they weaponize all of these things and then somehow turn everybody into the killing machine. That's what poverty does, by the way. Yeah, it turns people into killing machines. They believe anything. They turn to God. And they begin to see visions, trances, and the rest. And they tell you, they're so certain. If you kind of step on their way, if they have to kill you, they will have to kill you to get to wherever they are promised by faith. Failed leadership, failed country, then the people, lost people. So for those of you who know better, I hope you do better. It's going to be my own conclusion today. these people that are weaponizing poverty in order to weaponize religion are not in any way going to help us. I'll say it that way. If you are one of them, or if you are those who kind of believe in that, you know what I mean? Think about what I just said. If they can kill people because of their faith in northern Nigeria, and they can kill people in southern Nigeria because of their faith as well, look into the leadership problems there. And if you are looking into leadership problems, right, please don't look at it from the surface at all. Look at the process that actually pop them up, and look at the process that is also urging them on, and see where you belong in all of this. An enabler or a resistor like myself, right? All right, I will leave my line open, take few calls, and call it a night tonight. So thank you for being part of this tonight, and to everybody who is reminding everyone that it's actually good to like the broadcast. If we have over 2,500 of us watching on YouTube alone, there should be something that reflects that too, to show, which is like the broadcast. And thank you. I am going to go make myself a cup of tea. Now, when I get back, I'll take calls. And you can call in. WhatsApp call only, please. I think there is a little bit of a mix-up, and that has to do with the line where we are going to actually call in and have a chat. I am so sorry that the line is dead, and this is me just finding out. Disappointing, I know, and that is just going to be us having to kind of, break up a little bit tonight, and then we can have a full day tomorrow and next, which is going to be Saturday and Sunday, God willing. So thank you so much, everybody, for tonight. I am going to be back, at least to have this, chat and all that all together as a full package. So for tonight, this is where we are going to draw the curtain. I did try to bring it up, okay, but it is going to take us a little bit while. I mean, putting them all set up and all that. I'm so sorry. I should stop talking. So thank you for spending your evening with me so far. If you joined us midway, watch this from the start again, okay? And if you enjoyed this tonight, remember, you can stay back and subscribe. So I will see you some other time. I want to say good night. Bye-bye.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Mayegun Diary politico.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Presido bá rúfin o.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń gba rìbá.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Mayegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Mayegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o. Ayé.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
ha kì máa yí ṣeré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀ kì máa yí ṣeré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀ ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣà ìtú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run sọ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà àìsíwọ́lú ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.